Okay, so this is my review of the Tails Adventure boat from Lego Sonic. And I'm reviewing this in this form because this set's not actually out yet. I haven't seen a single review of this yet, which is kind of surprising since it's so close to August already. So maybe Lego just didn't send these out early. I don't know. But I figured I was going to capitalize on this and decided to reverse engineer it because that's something I like to do with a lot of Lego sets anyway. It's typically Technic, but I wanted to go out of my wheelhouse a little bit and do one of these sets instead. So we have the actual boat here, a couple pieces missing. Obviously Sonic and Tails and the Speed Sphere aren't seen here currently, just because like not all of those parts are in studio right now. Bear with me here. All right, so first things first, we're going to focus on the boat. I think that's kind of the main attraction of the set. There's one play feature in this set and kind of like one thing for that play feature to interact with. We'll talk about that in a moment. I'll give my final thoughts at the end of the video. But overall, the play feature here is pretty good. It's a Speed Sphere launcher boat. That's pretty cool. If you look at it from the side, it's an excellent design. Honestly, this boat looks really fantastic shape-wise, from the front, from the back, like all sides, basically except the top. Obviously, the top's going to look bad because of the function built in and how much space that it takes up, how much is dedicated to it. But I think overall, if you bought this set, you could very easily use this boat in like a Lego City display if you wanted to. Maybe if you wanted or had the extra pieces, you could modify to fill in this space as best you can. But even if you didn't do that, I think this still looks like a really exceptional boat build. It's not too many pieces, it's not too large, but it's not too small either. It's just kind of right for like Lego City scale. This is an excellent design, all things considered. And one of the things I really like about the set, one of the things I find quite charming, is just the choice of these jumpers up at the top here. Alternating between orange and trans orange kind of elicits the idea of this being like a little dance floor. I have no idea if that's actually true or not, but you've got this little like intercom / radio karaoke machine thing up here, and that just like makes total sense for the Sonic world from the perspective of I think any fan, honestly. For the most part, like Sonic's always just trying to kind of chill and Eggman just keeps giving him shit. So it's really fantastic to see this up here. And I quite like it. It's a little added detail. It's 4 pieces. It's not much. I probably missed a little like display or something that's supposed to be up here as well, but I don't remember. So a couple little things that are going to be mistaken, and that's okay. Outside of that, though, you've got a little radio on the inside here. You've got a printed tile on the side. It's not printed for studio, but I'm sure that there are prints that exist for it. Another printed tile on the other side. Oddly enough, not mirrored from each other, though, which I find really baffling, and it bothers me to no end, but whatever. And then on the inside here, you've got another, what I assume is a bracket with a 2x3 printed tile on it as well. And then you've got a little game controller, I assume to interact with that screen, or, you know, in universe or whatever. But it's a game controller, and it's a Sonic thing. That's just a neat little nod to Sonic, franchise mostly being like games and stuff like that. So that's cute. I like that. And I think it's a good little addition. On top of that, there are a couple like buttons, I guess, over here. I really don't know what else they are. And I don't know if this is actually another soda can or if that's just something else sitting there, maybe a fuel tank. Honestly, I couldn't say. And then you've got the little steering wheel over here, which I think might be actually one like plate too high. I'll fix it later, whatever. On the sides, you got the thrusters, and I think that they look great. It's very simple. And on the sides, you've also got some plates here that are actually supposed to be printed, but the prints don't exist yet in studio. Got a little parasail in the back end here, which is really begging for something that I'll talk about towards the end of the video as well. But the build for it is actually quite nice, and it comes with these flexible cables. Always good to get more of those, and especially in black, a very desirable color, in my opinion. You've also got the Piranha Badnik, which I don't remember the name of right now, and it looks pretty good except for the eye stalks. Why does it have eye stalks? I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the modern version of this has eye stalks. I don't know, but I'm always familiar with this one from like Sonic 1 from the Genesis, and I don't recall it ever having eye stalks from that game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see it as like, oh, well, it has like scuba eyes or something, like that's a cool idea. I just don't know if it's accurate. Moving on, you have the little rest area here, which has an archway that, as far as I can tell, is big enough for the Speed Sphere to run through, I would hope. If the Speed Sphere can't go through that, I don't know what the hell they're doing anymore, but I assume it can. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. And then you've got a little rest area, the chili dog, the little cola, a couple of condiments, whatever. This is all good stuff. And then you've got a turtle as the flicky for this set, I guess, or the animal to save. You got a little seated area, you got a palm tree, because of course, and you've got a shield monitor, which this is just one of 2 sets to have those so far, both of which are going to be coming out in August. So that's cool. You've got 2 choices. All right, so positives for this set. First things first, the boat build. It looks absolutely fantastic. The palm tree is fine. The Badnik is fine, but I think could do a little bit of dressing up a little bit. And the landmass is fine. It's nothing to write home about. Basically, the only thing here that's really special is the boat, in my opinion. However, let's go and focus on negatives now. First off, this set is $55. No. Lego, you're wrong. That's a bad price. That's too expensive. $55 for this much stuff. It doesn't feel right. I even try to account for like the sprawl, how much space it takes up on a tabletop or something, and this just isn't that big. Like, the boat is a commendable size, don't get me wrong, but it's not massive or anything like that. And it's 393 or 83 pieces, something like that. But there's actually a decent amount of like little nefarious pieces kind of floating around there, sort of puffing up the parts count. You could probably get rid of like 10 or maybe even 15 pieces. Hell, maybe even 20 if you're creative enough. In this set, and you'd be totally fine. And this is just going off of my version of it. Maybe there are a few other pieces you get rid of too. I don't know. But outside of that, it just feels kind of egregious in terms of its price and its parts count. Now, I know that more often than not, Lego like decides the prices first and then designs sets to kind of fill the role for that price. So assuming this set had to be $55 no matter what would I do then? In that case, I would add 2 more builds to this, and both are fairly small. A breakable wall, just something to interact with the speed sphere, nothing fancy. Many other speed sphere sets have this, so I'm not asking for much, and most of the pieces that would be needed for it are already in the set anyway, so why not, you know? And then second, probably just a little ramp for a couple of reasons. First off, if you look at another set that has a speed sphere that's relatively affordable, the Speed Sphere Challenge set from Wave 1, that set has a ramp, and it gives you one extra thing to interact with, right? You've got an archway to go through, you've got a wall to break down, you've got a ramp. That's essentially the equivalent stuff that I want to see here. But I think it makes more sense here too, because you've also got Sonic and his little water skis and parasail and stuff. And like oftentimes when you see that stuff portrayed in media, you see ramps too. So obviously a kid is going to play with the ramp with the Sonic character and with the Speed Sphere, but obviously when using the function, the Speed Sphere can obviously interact with the ramp. It just makes sense to have it. Why is it not here, Lego? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, that'd probably be like the biggest piece in the set, maybe. And Lego has a few different pieces to choose from here. It could be a big ramp, like the ones that go into the loops. It could be like a medium-sized ramp, like the one in the Speed Sphere Challenge. Or it could be like that really tiny ramp lip thing from the Death Egg Robot. I'd be fine with any of them, honestly. Just something. Something is better than nothing here. And overall, I'm just not super excited about it. Activating the function here is really simple. It's just got these little rudders on the side here. You slam them down. And one really interesting thing that I saw in the set, which I didn't really expect, is that it has both bar clips on the front and hinged clips on the front as well. And I think the hinged clips, maybe I'm wrong about this, but would absorb a little too much of the force, and so you wouldn't get a lot of speed out of the Speed Sphere. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe Lego thought of that. It's Tails' Speed Sphere. You can't go as fast as Sonic. I have no idea, honestly. I'm kind of making things up to defend him at this point. But overall, would I recommend this set? No, not at $55. At like $40, I think I could see that as okay. I wouldn't like it for $40. I would want it for $35. And I think $35 is a really fair value for this at that point. I'd still, wait until it's on sale, because I always try to wait for sets to be on sale. I'm not a rich man. But $35 would be well worth it for this set. $40, I think, is reasonable for Lego to ask. But I guess 55 is realistic, because that's what they're asking. I expect this to go basically on immediate sale when it hits store shelves, I hope, and the aftermarket, but who knows. We know that the Tails that comes in this set has the winky face or whatever, but I can't imagine that's going to be exclusive enough for people to really want to chase it for $20 extra. Where's that $20 extra going? Does Lego have like a paper shredder or something? Like, what are they doing with that? All right. So that's basically it for this one. If you guys want to see me reverse engineer some of the other Lego Sonic sets before they're released in August, or I guess in October with the Shadow Head, please don't make me reverse engineer that. I don't want to do that. Then let me know that in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe, because I can't stop you. And bye.